finally, for the last session of this wrap up, I want to hand over to Dan Snyder. So Dan is Business Development Manager for Style 3D in the US. Hey, Dan. I think you may be on mute.
You know, I do work for a technology company, but I couldn't figure out that. Sorry about that.
It happens to us all. If you're all set, I'll leave it over to you.
Perfect. I'm going to go ahead here and share my screen. Okay. All right, I am going to close my camera just because I just want to reserve the integrity of this. Choose with that. So thank you again for the introduction, Ben, and thank you obviously to Alvanon for this opportunity. Now that you've seen I'm a real person, my name is Dan Snyder, and as Ben mentioned, I am the US Business Development Manager here at Style 3D. Today I want to share with you a collaboration that we recently did with a very talented couture level designer, and to showcase how Style 3D's tools can be used for even the highest end garments in our industry, and also to showcase how we at Style 3D can make your 3D journey easier. So I want to briefly introduce our brand partner. Steven Passaro is a Paris-based fashion designer and graduate from the London College of Fashion with an MFA in menswear. He debuted his first collection in the autumn-winter of 2019 at London's Fashion Week. Steven is a part of the hypersensitive spectrum, and he uniquely feels the world around him differently. He metaphorically brings his designs and experience to his design process through the use of pleats, folds, and layers, bringing softness and movement to traditional tailoring. Steven is also very passionate about digital design and sustainability, which is why we at Style 3D partnered with Steven to take his couture garments into the digital world. We partnered to create the digital fashion show experience, which I'm going to show you in just a moment, and in doing so, showcase how technical couture level garments can be enhanced and created through digital means. So with that, I want to present a brief video presentation of our collaboration for the Steven Passaro Spring-Summer 2024 collection presented at Paris Couture Fashion Week. Brooke, if you wouldn't mind assisting me here. Awesome. So I'll give that a second, assuming you're back to my screen now. But here you can see some of the stills of the side-by-side comparisons of a few of the standout garments. You can see how all the layers of pleated tulle, hand stitch, appliques, and tailoring are equally true to life digitally as they are when compared to the runway looks. You can see every stunning detail captured in the materials, construction, and movement intended for the garments. Just to point out, if you cannot tell, the runway photos are featured with the floor and background and the human model, and the 3D versions are the grayscale background. But I want to take a moment to briefly switch gears and talk about what solutions we use to collaborate on a project like this, basically to show you how we got to what you're looking at now, and how we have built our tools to help make the 3D development process easier. So with that, here's a brief overview of the Style 3D ecosystem and the four main pillars that make up that ecosystem. Our first pillar is our fashion workshop, which is our Style 3D studio. This is the software tool where all the 2D patterns and 3D garments were created, rendered, and animated for Steven's collection. Also to note, with our new sister company Assist, we are launching our first integrated and automated 2D, 3D ecosystem, with 2D patterns and 3D garments effortlessly updating each other. More on that exciting integration to come in the future, but I wanted to just briefly mention that in here. Next, you have our Style 3D fabric. This solution was created for fabric developers to capture and create true-to-life digital materials. With the help of both our hardware in fabric software, we were able to digitize Steven's exact materials for accurate use in our 3D work. The third pillar is one of my personal favorites, which is the Style 3D Marketplace. This is our complimentary resource library of over 55,000 digital assets ranging from avatars to trims. This is updated on a weekly basis by our content team. This tool would allow a designer like Steven to quickly pull an existing 3D block from the cloud and ideate a new vision without having to start completely from scratch. And the last pillar, but certainly not the least, is our cloud platform. This is the all-in-one based digital asset management and collaboration tool with many features that allow you to build a robust and collaborative 3D asset library and much, much more. We use this as a communication tool to work directly with Steven from the creation of the first 3D blocks to the approval of the final renderings. Now, what I do want to emphasize on also, and have you take away from this presentation, is that we at Style 3D want to make your 3D journey easier. And we do that through a white glove approach to our services. We obviously offer all the standard implementation and training services that you think of when looking at 3D or CAD-based solutions. With that, one of our most requested and sought after services is our 3D content creation, which was truly highlighted by our collaboration with the Steven Passaro brand. This includes building out custom content, block library development, fabric testing services, digital product development, and any other manner of tailored project services. Again, we believe in a white glove approach to assisting our clients, so no job or request is too much for our team to create. We also make your 3D journey easy through our marketplace. And I think this is something that truly differentiates us from our competitors, and it bears mentioning more than once. As I said, the marketplace lives in the cloud and has over 55,000 digital assets that our team has built. This includes garment blocks, avatars, trims, fabrics, accessories, and much, much more. From a design perspective, this allows a designer like Steven to download a like style, say a jacket or a blouse, and quickly ideate a new design. There's no need to start completely from scratch. You can also quickly pull in new fabrics to see how a design will look in multiple fabrics or colorways. Again, this is a huge library at your disposal, which can allow you to quickly build out new collections and communicate your ideas to teams or vendors. Again, our aim at Style 3D is to make this whole process much easier, much more accessible, and much faster. We can even help you create digital environments, such as our web-based trend books, which you're seeing here. You can see in this short video a collection that our content team created. You will see that some of the 3D renderings have little white hyperlink spots. If you click on that, it will pull you into a 3D viewer. We were able to view that specific garment to zoom into detail. You can play around with lighting, which I'm doing now. And if there were colorways, you could quickly cycle through and review those. Or as I've done here, I'm going to add in a background and further interact with that garment. You can share these presentations via QR code, links, or however you would like to share it, and share it with exactly who you want to view your collection. This again is a web-based solution with interactive 3D garments uploaded directly from Style 3D Studio into the cloud, and you can see that the quality is amazing even over a mobile browser. Again, I want to overemphasize that we at Style 3D want to help make this whole journey faster and easier. We focus on providing a robust set of solutions and libraries that allow you to launch right from the moment when you download. And coupled with our content services, if you can't do it yourself, we can create and execute your 3D project with a white glove approach to set you up for the ultimate success. And these on the screen are just a few examples of 3D content available for your immediate use, again, right from download. So I want to take a moment to thank Steven Passaro for the wonderful collaboration and the amazing journey to showcase couture designs digitally. He's a truly unique talent that is pushing forward the race to a more sustainable future using Style 3D as his solution of choice. So with that, we come to the end of my presentation. I want to thank everyone for listening, and again, thank everyone for their time. My email is at the top if you want to quickly jot that down. If not, please feel free to send me any questions after the fact. You can do that through the Slack channel, or you can also, I'm sure, contact one of the mediators and they will put us in touch. Again, thank you so much for everyone for listening. And with that, I will pass things back to Ben.
Thank you very much there, Dan. Much appreciated for your time and for the presentation. I think a lot of the content details have been shared in the YouTube chat as well. I think there's a bunch of different perspectives that we saw there. And the themes I took away were really around making it easier on ramp to 3D, to AI in the case of Lemonade, and to all the possibilities of digital, as well as kind of bringing together different worlds from physical fashion crossovers with gaming to the seamless integration, Dan, you were talking about between 3D simulation and 2D patterns. I think from my perspective, it seems as though it's never been easier or more streamlined to actually start to change the way you work and rethink the way you work. Would you agree with that, Dan?
Absolutely. Again, our focus is on taking this whole process and making it easier. That's how we'll affect more change as we go forward in the future. So I 100% agree.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you very much, Dan. I won't take up any more of your time.